Heyo, it's your girl Chelsea Alexa. Welcome back to my channel and happy almost Valentine's Day to y'alls. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing some feed-in braids, Valentine's Day inspired. I'm starting out with freshly blown out hair, and I'm using some pre-stretched hair in a number 2, 40 inches. I'm going in with Nature's Blessings for moisture and Shine and Jam like I always use. So I'm going to start with parting. I think that's the hardest part about feed-in braids is figuring out how to part, and I'm going to start with the part down the center. I did not get this right on the first try, so take your time, do multiple attempts if you need to, use your phone. Trust me, it's fine. So after that, I'm going to go into my regular parts. I have a video that really goes into depth about straight back parting, so I'm going to link that for you guys. I'm just doing a straight part and I'm kind of curving it in the back for my first braid. The second braid is the same thing, so I didn't record that. I'm going straight to the middle braid because I decided I wanted to do a zigzag part. So I'm just taking diagonal sections off that center part that I already made to use that as a guideline for my zigzag. So the next two braids are the same thing, so I'm going straight to the heart part. I'm just taking my comb and I'm carving out the two humps for the top part of the heart. I didn't say it before, but obviously I'm pre-parting before I even start braiding. I just think it's easier that way because, like I said, the most confusing part about feed-in braids is just figuring out the parts. Once you get the parts, all you have to do is follow the lines. So after I do those two humps, I'm going to take my tail comb and I'm going to create like a little tail so that I can braid the rest down. So now that everything's been sectioned off, I'm going to go ahead with my first part and I'm going to use that Nature's Blessing to moisturize. I love that moisturizer. It's so soft and it really melts into my hair. And then I'm going to go with Shine and Jam and I'm going to mold out the parts that I've already created. I'm going around the perimeter with that gel. And then for me, I like getting my braids really flat. So I take a tail comb and I section that part down the middle again and I add some more gel. That to me just really makes the whole section melt together and you get pretty flat braids that way. Once I do that, I take my tail comb and I just smooth all that product in to get it to lay flat. I would definitely suggest molding your hair down before you even start braiding. It'll make your life a lot easier and it'll make your life a lot neater. And now my least favorite part about feed-in braids is the prepping. I use my wig stand. I've said it before on this channel, it has 3 prongs, so I just put hair on top of that. It's easier for me. You're just going to pinch out the hair you need. I'm doing a couple really small pieces and then I start getting bigger because I want my braid to get bigger as well. I do about 10 pieces though. So I'm going to take my tail comb and I'm going to section off this first piece. I'm going to use that as my first stitch, just like a very thin piece. And then I'm going to get my hair or my hands prepped for a cornrow and I'll start braiding. Once I do the first stitch, I add my first piece of hair. I'll let that front piece hang to the front and I'll just keep braiding like normal. Once I come back around, that's when I add that first piece back into the braid and it's now secure. So I dropped the braiding series relatively quickly when I started my YouTube career because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of braiding on this channel basically. So I have a video that shows you how to cornrow from the beginning, how to hold your hands, all of it. I have a video showing how to feed in from the beginning, how to hold your hands, all of it. Like, they're very detailed and thorough videos. So I'm going to link them above. I've already linked some if you haven't caught them. I threw some cards in here, but I'm going to also link them below in the description box so you guys can check those out whenever you want to because they're very informative and I think that you kind of need to know how to cornrow before you do this. So definitely check those out. You know, make sure to keep things neat. Add your Shine and Jam when you need to. I didn't show it as much in the video, but I was adding Shine and Jam pretty frequently for each of these braids just to keep everything neat and melted and blended. And once you get to the end, you could just braid the rest down like a regular braid, like how you would a regular cornrow, and move on to the next one. So the second braid is kind of similar to the first braid, so I'm going to move on to the third braid, which is the middle braid, which is a zigzag. I'm going to take my tail comb and I'm going to section off a little bit of the front again, but in the corner this time because I want it to curve a little bit. And don't forget to prep. After every braid, I would say to make sure you have 10 pieces of hair on your stand, just so you don't run out in the middle of a braid. So I'm going to start my basic cornrow. I'll do a stitch or two before I add a piece of braiding hair. Just take your time a little bit more with this zigzag part, I would say, because it's not a consistent line. So you're going to have to kind of draw pieces of hair in tighter than other pieces if you want it to lay flat, if that makes sense. Like you see like the little triangle pieces right there, it's wider than the first part, so I'm going to have to use more tension and draw tighter if I want that to lay flat. So we've got half of it down, and I'm going to move on to the heart now. I'm going to prep tiny pieces of hair for the heart because I want it to stay skinny. But then I'm going to prep bigger pieces after that because I want it to get bigger quickly. And I'll explain more why. So I'm moisturizing again with that Nature's Blessing. So always moisturize each section, don't forget that. I'm doing the outline with my Shine and Jam. I have to apologize because I could not figure out a way to record it where we both could see, you and I. So I'm making a Y. I'm doing a line straight down the center of that heart where the little humps meet. And then I'm doing 2 diagonals on the side. So I'm sectioning off my little front piece. And then I'm going to start my cornrow. This is what I was saying, like how sectioning matters. And once you section, it's really easy after that because I can clearly see what direction I'm braiding in now that I've sectioned off correctly. So I'm only adding 1 piece of hair, I think, to this whole thing. Or to this whole little half of the heart because I want it to stay thin. So that I think you can see the shape of it better when it's thinner like that. And once I've added everything in, I'm going to collect that front piece of the heart. Boom. And then I'm going to continue my feet in. This is what I was saying. I said I wanted bigger pieces of hair because I need the braid right now to match the other braids. Right now they're skinny because I wanted the heart to be skinny, but right now I need this back part of the braid to be as thick as the other braids. So I'm feeding in hair quickly, more quickly than I did the other braids, and I'm feeding in bigger sections because I don't have that much more to braid down, but I need it to be seen still. And as always, use your Shine and Jam to blend things through. But you can see it's definitely getting bulkier. From the top part of the heart to there, it's starting to fill out more, which is what I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my parts now. I'm going to add some more Shine and Jam to them. And then I'm going to use my tail comb to just like slide those hairs back into place. And then after I do that, I'm going to mold my hair down further with a do-rag. And I'm going to put Nairobi foaming lotion and that Fantasia Spritz on top of it. And for a little added razzle dazzle, I'm going to use this passion twist. I'm just going to unravel it and cut it up into like 5 pieces. And then I'm going to crochet that in between my braid. I did like 4, I think like 4 pieces of hair. You could do more, you could do less. I didn't want too much. So I looped that through. And then after I did that, I just decided to tie like a little knot just to secure it more. So this is what it looked like after I finished adding all the pieces of hair. And then I put my hair in a ponytail, and I took one braid at a time and I like wrapped it around to make a bun. I'm trying to like remove any curly hair that I feel so it doesn't get too wrapped up in the bun. Once I do that, I'm gonna take my scissors, not even shears, y'all. These are like just regular craft scissors, I can't lie. And I'm just hacking away at the hair just to get it a little bit shorter. And then I'm gonna add some more of that Nairobi foam just to bring the curl back out a little bit. So I'm just gonna add some oil Sheen spray now for some final touches. And we're done. Yeah. She cute, but when is she not? Let's be real. Yeah, this is cute. I was panicked the entire time I was doing this style. I was like, girl, I don't know what it's gonna turn out like, but this is cute. I can't lie. I definitely challenge myself a lot on this channel, which I think is my favorite part. Anyways, thank you guys for watching today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe while you're here. I'll catch y'all later.